Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where it's a couple of months later. Yeah, Britain has declared war on us. Possibly something to do with us stopping the French using the Red Sea. Good Jesus Christ, people, with the mines. How am I supposed to fight any of you with guns when you keep running into mines endlessly? Stop it. Now, see, this is what I don't understand. There's a British heavy cruiser pretty much on top of my ships here. I have a decent recon value. Okay, it's not actually that good. But you come fight me, damn it. Designed by mandate, you can maybe with some limitation for cost. Yes, I could do that. I could do that. I'll have a think about it, and I'll get back to you about how it's exactly going to work. So keep an eye out on Discord. So if you're watching this on YouTube, what we've been discussing in Twitch chat is the next campaign that I'm going to do. So I'm not going to time skip Japan to 1940. I'm just going to play it through to 1950 or to a victory. And then I'm going to start thinking about the next one. And the next one is going to be Russia. It's going to be a 1920 start with an AI-generated fleet, which is going to be the Tsarist fleet. And then we're going to do design by committee, Soviet Navy. So if you're looking forward to that idea, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to join the design committee, then you need to follow me on Twitch. And you need to join in the streams, which are Tuesday and Thursday evenings UK time. So kind of mid-afternoon. If you're in the United States, no, stop asking. Russia, we are not interested. Really, I'm just waiting on an actual encounter. There's a lot of ships. Like, there's loads of ships. What I think is happening is say this battle cruiser and these two destroyers, they've been stuck over here for a while. And I think they keep trying to come through here. They see 8 capital ships, and they go, no, I don't want to engage. And we're not getting the we catch you event, the mission. Because we're really, really far away from the base. So, yeah, they're just being annoying. I wonder if it could be even more aggressive with the fleet. Hold on. How far up in here are you going to let me push? We are losing a little bit of money. Resuspend that one. And that one. Can't quite afford those 2 ships yet. Yeah, the mission generation is a little bit janky, I will admit. So, you know, but I genuinely think it's just because the AI is running away from me. I tend to get the best mission generation when I sit my ships in port, just waiting for enemy task forces to come to me. That is the most reliable way to generate battles, because eventually the AI basically gets bored, doomstacks, and throws himself at you. But it's a bit tiresome. I think you're still building new ships. I mean, you can see it is generating missions down here for the AI to fight itself. Building new ships. Yeah, still chugging away. Sitting in Alexandria. And then you give you a Black Sea mission. Yeah, of course, because you can't see it, but there's like there's a ring. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Fun though it is to mess around and block up the Red Sea, which would be a very effective tactic in real life. I think all I'm actually doing is messing with the AI. So we're going to head back. Whoa! What's with the money problems? Gonna cut back on tech spending a little bit. There we go. Yeah, we're all throwing everything in. Yes, 1 month, and then we'll get the 18-inch Mark III guns, and you know what that means. Da, 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 dee. Let me just load up the historical information. Update missions. Come on, game. Lady Felicity. Hello. In fact, I see that you've been talking, but you've got the exact same colour and icon as Richard on my chat. So I apologise for that. You're doing an American campaign in your war with Russia, and the Russians attacking Florida, and there were none of their ships anywhere nearby. That can happen. I'll show you when they. Let's go for that one. Yeah, sorry, no. 18-inch Mark III guns. Yes. Whoa, Britain. Jesus. You lost a battleship and a whole bunch of... 2, 3. What are you... Stop. Stop it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Jesus. 8. 8 battleships. 2 mines. What? No wonder they're not attacking me. Every time they try and go somewhere, it's like they run straight into a bloody mine. Very nearly Yamato time, so I'm just waiting on this finishing, which should be 2 or 3 months. But I'm going to just keep my tech spending down a little bit in the meantime, because I'd rather get those. I'd rather get ships constructed rather than suspending more of them. Now I'm spending more money because I'm having to oil up all these ships, keep them fueled. Do they have any capital ships left? Yes, they actually have quite a lot. They have 11. So they had a lot, but less now. In fact, we are way out in front in terms of capital ships. We have 10, which is pretty impressive because we have a pretty tiny naval budget. Well, it's not that tiny anymore. But I mean, it's tiny compared to the British. Look at that, 1.2 billion naval budget. Yeesh. And the Americans have a huge one as well. How many people are we at war with? 4. But they can't be bothered fighting us. Partly because they keep running into mines. And you can see we've got victory points against them. I don't quite know why one side or the other gets victory points. I think I didn't start any of these wars. I think that might be it. So, yeah, I just keep racking up free victory points because the AI can't fight me, because by the time they sail to Japan, they've run into every minefield ever. which is ridiculous. The fleet must be back, or we finished something. I don't know. The money just suddenly shot up. Oh, we finished building the shipyard. That's why. Okay. Let's resume those two ships. I'm going to have to fiddle the finances again. And we're going to need some money for building Yamato and Musashi, but we'll do that in a second. I just want to check to see if there's any research that's going to finish very quickly that I might want to delay. No, that's not interesting. Tube Powder 3 is good, but it's not like a huge upgrade over Tube Powder 2. So I don't think I'm going to bother waiting for that. And diesel electric auxiliary system, again, I don't think I'm going to wait for that either. Okay, well, let's get into the design. We'll see how many we can afford. Which is probably not going to be very many. So here it is, the modern Battleship 2. This is the Yamato hull. The modern one, I don't know what the modern one is actually. But here's the modern 2 in the nice big spacious new super battleship shipyard, which is awesome. Yes. Yep, don't tell me that. So this is going to be Yamato. We can go to 89,400 tons, which is pretty nice. Let's get the engines set up. I think the Super Pagoda Tower is... well, it's not the best, but I like it. Yeah, hold on. I'll write that down. We're getting name requests here, so that means I'm going to have to build another one. Okay, so we're going to get... they were 18.1 inch, I seem to remember. Yeah. Now this hull is a little weird. And I seem to remember that the Yamatos did they just use the slope? No, they didn't. So they don't use the slope like this, and you can see that this doesn't superfire anyway. They did actually use a bobbet. I think the big is... no, it looks too high. That's because the barbette was further down the slope. I'm just trying to do a vaguely historical version of it first. Oh no, it doesn't want to put them there. This is going to be fun when I'm doing Division 1 of the Battleship League. So this is why I both love and hate this hull. When this hull first came out, it was so ludicrously overpowered because you could fit a gun here and it would just fire straight over the top. Can I do it by being cheeky? No. Sometimes you can be cheeky with the draft. Okay, I'm going to have to think about this. I basically just want a tiny, flat, thin disc of a superimposed barbette. I'm just going to look at these two side by side. They are pretty much the same height. The huge is a bit lower, actually. Let's go for the huge. And as well, I can get it a bit further over the break. Okay, that looks a bit better. I could build Yamato on a different hull, but that actually looks pretty close. That actually looks pretty good. And I will be doing the Division 1 Battleship League soon, and Drakenifel can tell me what I've done right and wrong. With my own version. Probably everything. Although I'm just doing... I'm not going to actually make a historical one, because it's not right. Oh yeah, she had those secondaries, didn't she? She had the 6.1s. Hold on. Tall. Secondary 6.1 on both of them. Really? I have to add 0.2 to get it to go to 6.1? Weird. Yeah, so the 6.1 up there. And no, I wouldn't necessarily build it like this. And we have that one back there. She had another one firing over the rear turret, didn't she? Yeah, she did. That one can probably go on... yeah, that one bit. Then the other two, I think we're just kind of here. There we go. I'm not going to bother with like all the teeny tiny secondaries. Getting those accurate, but you know, looks like a Yamato to me. Okay, and then we're going to have a single funnel, the biggest one I can fit. That looks right. Really? The small super funnel, that's it. Seriously? Oh my goodness. Right, if I want to do 27 knots, that teeny tiny tiddly little titchy funnel ain't working. So I've either got to make it lighter or change up how I'm doing the tower. She won't look right. Really, that only fits the smallest funnel. That is ludicrous. It does fit bigger, a slightly bigger one. Fits this one, which looks wrong and is barely any better. Different hull. No, like the Yamato has this really distinctive swept thing at the front. Like that's the whole point. To use this hull. I know it's an awkward as buggery hull to actually use in the game, but this is the Yamato hull. So it makes sense. It's just this rear tower should bloody fit the large super funnel. Change tower. Yeah, that's my only other option. Is to dump that tower and... ooh, I'm still be looking at dual funnels. I am overweight, of course. Yamato was not 89,000 tons. She was only 72, so we can... I don't want to change the length. There we go. Go for that. Doesn't shave that much off. Actually, I'm not using all of the length. Maybe we could go for the shorter version. Go for the top end tiniest one. I wonder if I can get it in on that. Need a secondary tower. I'll probably go for this one. I'll put the secondaries back in a minute. Oh, poop. really. Yep, there. Got it. That's a lot more compact. I also have an half weight offset issue, but I should be able to fix that later on. Ooh. Here we go. It's going to be a bit of fiddling here. Just trying to get it in the right sort of ballpark. And yeah, I'm going to stick them there. The modern Tower 1 help at all. This one. It'd be the smoke interference stat, which isn't actually as good. Like, no, changing the tower isn't going to help me with engine efficiency very much. Because at least I'm, you know, close. What was the sweep in the deck for? I think it was just so that they could have like this type of arrangement, so that they could get that secondary firing over the top. Although now I look at it, I might be able to get away with the shorter standard bar bit up here. Yes, I can. I can have it like that. It looks a bit better. Right. Little guns is almost certainly going to be 2-inch. Yeah. I don't know, I can fit them here, but that's kind of getting in the way of the secondary mount. I can fit them back here, but I seem to... yeah, they get in the way of the gun. So we'll just have them up in the tower. You mean going for the... I mean, I just like the Super Pagoda. I guess you are right. She was a little bit more... I'll have a look at it. I'll tell you that. For free. I'll have a look. Modern Tower 3 is too big. Modern Tower 1 does fit. It doesn't fit a big enough funnel. So I would have to go with Modern Tower 2. It does fit. But again, well, it does fit that funnel. Okay, that does look pretty good. It's going to be really tricky to get that in. Oh, I could put it here. So they're forward firing, which is quite nice. Now, she did have a sort of weird tertiary battery. They were 5 inches. Because I don't... yeah, they're not going to fit. She had these. And then... yeah. Every 2-inch gun they can find. Why aren't you fitting? Oh, no. Oh, is it these? Yeah. They're getting in the way. Right, the rest of it's going to have to wait. Why turret can't fire towards the rear? Yes, I know. That is because of the float plane crane. So that was an actual issue on the real ship as well. Like, she can't fire backwards. She can fire kind of backwards, but she can't actually fire backwards. Really, we've got an halfway offset. That does surprise me. Anyway, I'll fiddle with that later. Because I kind of need to get the rest of the ship built at some point. Weight is what I'm slightly concerned about. Also need to change the gun length. Yeah, autoloader is going to be super heavy. Just a hydrophone. Yes, armoring is going to be a thing. But let's have a look at these guns. I also need to choose their HE loadout. 18-inch 56, they are far too big. Far too long. 56, that is just... oof. No, yeah, I'm going for a later Yamato where they were like, oh my god, planes, kill them. Auto design? Yes, you can, Katie Cat. Absolutely. So if you go into the... you can... when you set up a campaign, you can ask the AI to make your fleet for you. And then later on, if you go into the ship designer and pick your hull, you press this little button up here, the light bulb, and it will auto-generate a ship for you, which you can then tinker with, or you can just go with. Yeah. So yeah, you don't have to... If you're looking at manual design and going, oh my god, that is too much. Yeah, you can just hit this, and the AI will make a ship for you. The game is a lot harder if you do that, but it can be done. Now, those 18.1s were 45s. So we need to make these shorter. They're going to look a bit weird. What? Why are you telling me you're a 56 when I'm shortening it? Are you doing that thing where you don't report the number? Yeah, you are. Okay, possibly all the way down to a -20. Yeah, that's the 45. Okay, they're almost usable. Sadly, in the game at the moment, big guns are just crap. But those 45s, accurate, and 0.94 rounds a minute. It's not too bad. But look at that muzzle velocity. It's so bad. What is going on with that? Like, muzzle velocity should not be that low. Surely not. What about the zero length? Yeah, it's saying it's got -20. Why? I don't get it. Japanese guns. There's something weird going on with Japanese guns. Something very weird going on. Yeah, the range is terrible because the muzzle velocity is shite. There should be a 1 in front of those numbers. I might go down to a standard shell in that case. Yeah, 665 meters per second. Like, standard shells. What else is slowing them down? I actually do not know. I'm going to go for the zero length ones. The well, let's make them 55s. 0.7 rounds a minute is not good, but I think it'll work. I mean, these guns are just terrible. And, like, really bad. Don't build 18-inch super battleships if you're playing the game at the moment. They are not any good. 15 and 16 inch is like the largest that's really worthwhile. At least at Mark III. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for something like that. Lost a fair bit of range again. I mean, I don't know, man. Like even when I make them super long, like that's the 67. Look at that rate of fire. It's so bad. But at least the muzzle velocity is good again. Maybe I do need to make them long. Oops. 62s. Okay, 62's okay. How about making them 60s? They really need to change their default gun lengths. They are in bizarro land. With that. Oh, come on. You stopped adjusting them again. There we go. A 60. 733 meters per second muzzle velocity. That I can live with. They're only standard shells. Their pen is ludicrous. Drop from 37 to 32 on AP. Yeah, I mean, there's something off with the big guns, specifically for Japan as well. As I said to those of you on Twitch earlier this evening, I do need to actually have a look at it properly in the custom battle mode, because there's something off. Let's just make the small guns super long. And we're kind of there. We just need to armor her up. I mean, Yamato's historical armor, I seem to remember, was crazy good anyway. Jesus. Come off it, Japan. 26. 26 is a ludicrous amount of armor to put on a turret. But okay. And wow, they only gave her a 16-inch belt. We can do better than that. 18, 9 on the main deck. Let's get 10 on the top of the turret. Duck bills. So, Richard, I'll need to actually show them side by side, but a 15.9 is very close to a 16. I'll need to check, because what's supposed to happen is the closer you get to the 16 with a 15-inch gun, there shouldn't be a sudden jump. Otherwise, the 0.9-inch guns are just too good, so I might have to send a balance ticket in about that. This belt armor is too thick. And so are the extendeds. I'm not going to be able to get away with that. Not if I want to keep maximum bulkheads. So I'm thinking just 6-inch. And 4-inch on the extended decks. And 2-inch on the superstructure. Jesus, 26 on the tower, because apparently that's how we roll when we're in Japan. And then 9, and then 5.5, and then, I don't know, 3. And then inner, we'll go 4.5, 2.2, and 1.5. 7% overweight. I don't think I can get away with maximum bulkheads. Even with standard, I'm pushing it. 5 and 3 for the extendeds, yeah. She's going to be pretty light on her extendeds, though, at that level. But that does get us within a couple of 100 tons. Oh yeah, I didn't do the HE shells. I should do that now before I start messing around. What about a base fuse? That's probably a little much. Nose fuse? And nose fuse is not enough. Go for a base fuse then. That should obliterate a destroyer at pretty much any range and can probably smack most light cruisers with an HE. There's something else has to give. That engine efficiency as well is just bad. I reduced draft a bit. She is a bit high. No, that's actually making the situation worse. Can't balance ships. Yeah, I know the engine efficiency isn't good, but there is no way to improve it whilst doing a historical build. Like, there's nothing... Oh, well, I could maybe just go forced boiler, actually. There you go. Done. But that makes my weight problem worse. Balancing ships is really difficult. I actually have a tutorial video on it. How to balance ships. That is going to be difficult to push up. But I'll try. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit of an art. You kind of get the hang of it eventually. Except I have broken B turret. There we go. Now it fires again. And you kind of have to just fiddle around with them, the ships I mean, until you kind of get it right. I mean, I'm down to about 4%. 4% is okay, actually. I could live with 4% offset, given how difficult this hull is to work with. And certainly live with 3%. Trouble is, I'm overweight by 200 tons. Something else has to give. Funnels. Yeah, where the funnels are, definitely. I could lose 6-inch guns, but I mean that's a bit off. I can make the 6-inch guns shorter, actually. And I haven't looked at the 6-inch guns armor either, which is also possibly causing an issue. 5-inch guns do not need that much armor. I'm a bit closer. 25.2 inch bumper. This does not need to be this thick. Let's shave that down a bit. Till we get under. I think we're under now. Yes, we are. We are under. We did it. We did it. Yamato, she lives, sort of. I don't think she's particularly going to be as impressive as you would hope, but she looks great. Look at that. Pleased with that. Almost matches her historical performance in terms of the armor and speed and whatnot. But those guns, they are underwhelming, and I don't know if that's just a general large gun problem at the moment, or if that's a Japanese problem. I will have to go in and double check that. But I think she looks fantastic. She looks almost spot on. And when I finally do Division 1, you can compare it with the historical version. But I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Right. Good lord, they're expensive, though. So this is, again, why I'm like, yeah, don't bother. Compared to a Nagato. She's a knot faster. She has one more gun, and it's a bigger gun. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. And she's a whopping 150 million more. Good grief. Yeah. A 16-inch or a 15-inch ship would have been superior, probably. But who cares? It's a Yamato, damn it. Thank you very much, Richard. I'll have a look at that. The difference between a 15.9 and a 16. See, if I'm assuming there is a big difference, because you said there is. That to me is a bit of a problem, because 0.1 of an inch should not make a difference, especially if the 15 and the 16 are the same mark of gun. Yeah, that's off. Right. We're going to build 3 of these, which is just going to be earth-shatteringly expensive. So I'm going to suspend the other 2, which makes them jump around in the list for reasons. So this is going to be Musashi. And the other one is, what, Shinano? The one that they didn't actually build. There we go. And we'll build all of these out of Sasaber. But I'm assuming that's bankrupting me. Yeah, it is. Ouch. Yeah, Super Yamatos. Yeah, see, the problem is, like, as bad as those 18-inch guns are, 20-inch guns are so much worse. So much worse. I do think they do need to look at the balance of guns, particularly now that they have the gun length. I think it should be more of a continuous thing. So that there isn't a big difference between a 15.9 and a 16-inch gun. I think bigger guns, they need to look at that. They need to look at the default gun lengths, because, I mean, a 45 and a 50 is pretty much the longest guns that were deployed. I mean, no one was deploying 65 caliber 18-inch guns. So I think the default length should be a bit lower. Fine. Fine, Spain. I thought I was already at war with Spain. You want to fight Spain? You can fight. We have an enormous fleet going right past the Philippines, where you have absolutely no ships, but unfortunately at present that does not mean that I'm able to do anything. So I think I'm going to pause the episode here. I'm going to keep ending turn until I actually get a fight. But I hope you enjoyed that build of Yamato, semi-historical. And I'll be back soon with some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.